Long time no see, y'all. Hold on. Let me just throw this in the towel. I'm currently in my drawers, so I don't really want y'all to see that. But um, it you know, I wouldn't say I've been away for long. I mean, it was only a week. I did say I was back, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This sun is what's up. So I'm gonna turn it off. It's still beaming, but it's a little better. Damn. I'm gonna lean back like this, but um, you know I express like how I'm feeling and like there's no way to I don't sugar I don't really sugarcoat anything on this like and I talk and I say what has to be said or what needs to be said and it's just I'm not one of those people that needed to step off online like I was still online and stuff. It's just like just ain't feel like posting and then like all the like arguing I've been doing with racist people, bro, like especially because of the Nolan Wells situation, that tragedy that happened. It really just made it like really, just like it just I don't know, like it just makes me feel some type of way knowing that people like that get to walk the earth and the fact that uh African American life doesn't really hold any much weight in their eyes. They think they just don't like the fact that they just don't think a black life holds like holds weight. And then when we say Black Lives Matter, they say all lives matter, but no, all lives don't get treated like this. All lives, it's literally I can pull up a clip. I don't want to get too deep, but it's a white man literally mocking the fact, talking about we can't swim and the fact that he drowned, even though no water was found in his lungs, you know, and the fact that the judge lied. The judge is lying. White people have connections. They know everybody. They know each other. So some stuff gets swept under the rug. But um, I know I don't have the biggest enough platform, and people not gonna listen to me. I mean, I'm 20, but yeah. Oh yeah, my birthday was last week. Happy birthday to me, 12 days ago. But I just think our black youth needs to be educated. It doesn't matter how many white friends you have. It doesn't matter if you want to be a coon or if you want to suck up to the white folks. You still have to remember because you can do whatever you want. It's your life, but you have to realize no matter how you see yourself, the world's going to see this before anything. They're going to see this before anything. It doesn't matter how much bootlicking you do. This will always come first. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Cause my folk, my kinfolk, these are my people, and I'm always welcome you with open arms. We might gotta, you know, cut your ass a little bit, have a little talking to, sit down, but we always gonna welcome you with open arms, man. But yeah, you just gotta realize that it doesn't matter how long you known them. Listen, it doesn't matter how long you known them. It doesn't matter what all y'all did together. It doesn't matter how many times you stayed the night at their house. It's gonna change. You know. It doesn't matter how comfortable you are. It doesn't matter if they're family to you. Just gotta remember that. But let's switch gears. The we got an MLB video. We're gonna talk about the how Jordan Walker. I'm not that tapped in with MLB, but Jordan Walker really just walked into the Philly Stadium and gave Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber cock, huh? Like he really. So if you don't watch a video by a podcast don't exist about how the MLB season, because I'm not gonna lie, I say I'm gonna watch baseball, but honestly, I pirate. I'm not gonna lie. I pirate. I pirate. I pirate all my live sports. Who nobody watches cable in 2026. I wish we had cable, but um yeah. And the site I use, the commercials be so long. But no, when I watch it, I be having a ball. I love watching baseball. It's just them commercials be tripping, and like I don't really know the schedule. But what I do know is the Braves are doing good. The Red Sox made a comeback like no other. We might squeeze into the playoffs, but yeah, I didn't know who. I'm not gonna be on the bandwagon. I don't, you know. I didn't know who Jordan Walker was. I didn't know he played for the Cardinals. You know, but the fact that he really walked into the Philly Stadium and gave them two cock really earned my respect and won the home run derby, won an extra $1 million. W. But yeah, we're gonna watch this video about podcasts don't exist, how the NBA season has risen from the dead. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, y'all. Let's get into it.
The Red Sox were completely dead. Now, the Red Sox are back. The Tigers were
sir.
more
I
than
love
dead.
those
They were
red
really
uniforms.
dead. They are also now back. Zach Wheeler literally almost died last year. Came back, having one of the best seasons in baseball, but refuses to pitch at the All-Star game. Says MLB disrespected him. Earlier in the season, we thought Seth Lugo might be dead.
Nemo lines it off of Lugo.
If you remember that, he got hit in the face with a comebacker. 104, was it, Mitch? He came back 9 days later, then faced the Mets this week. Got another
Little
comebacker.
tapper left of the mound. Lugo fielding, throwing on the run, and it gets
Cagliani cannot pick it. Picks it up. For some reason, he throws it to the on-deck circle.
Worst throw I've ever seen.
Bench. Now it's thrown to the backstop.
Nick Lofton picks it up, throws it past the catcher,
Now the ball gets away again, and Bench will score.
and Bench comes home for an inside-the-park 3-run home run. 3 errors in 1 play. So the Mets go up 3-0 in this game, then end up giving up 19 hits, walk 11 batters, and
Wow,
allow
the
16
Royals came
runs.
back and
They
won.
lose despite the triple error. So the Mets and the Royals are both dead. I don't think they're
tripping.
coming back. Dalton Rushing's not dead. He's back. He got into another beef this week. Earlier in the year, the Dodgers blew a game against the Rockies, and Rushing said afterwards that some of their swings were, quote, fishy, and that the Rockies had been stealing signs, allegedly. The next day, the Rockies beat the Dodgers again, mocked Rushing by doing fishing celebrations at second base. So these two teams have a history. Tuesday, they play again. They're tying the 10th. Rockies have the winning run on third. There's a play at the plate. The throw is not in time. Cole Carrig scores, but Rushing goes back and tags him just in case. So Carrig was mad at the umpire apparently because he bumps into the umpire at home plate. So this umpire is standing kind of in his way. Carrig didn't like this, so he says something about it. Rushing thinks he's saying something to him, and Rushing says, "Don't say that, bro." He's giving Rushing a fucking hard time, and Rushing has put up enough this year. So Rushing pops off at him, and
Nah, he
Carrig
did.
pops off back. He says, "I wasn't even talking to you, bro." And the bench is clear, and there is no violence. So a little bit of a misunderstanding here. So Rushing in this game goes 3 for 5, and in the 11th comes up and hits a walk-off single to
Chevy is called the heartbeat of America for a reason.
That's spooky.
Bill Gibson?
I
Where's
know,
Bill Gibson?
I know he
hey,
feeling like. I
Catherine?
know he feeling like the guy. I know he feeling like the
Rockies.
man.
854 OPS, 500 slugging since the Shohei debacle. But really, the biggest resurrection of the week and the year is the Boston Red Sox. Less than 3 weeks ago, had just lost their second game in a row to the Rockies. Their playoff odds were down to 8.4%. They had the worst offense in the league, were dead last in runs. They were 14 games under 500 and had the worst record in the American League. This is also after they fired their manager, fired their entire coaching staff, lost their top pitcher to injury, lost their top position player to injury.
My fault. You know we're not the. I need a new computer. This thing stay freezing. I was gonna say, what was I listening? What was I just hearing? But built Civics. See, even when my fault. Let me see. Does the Red Sox play today? Let me see. Does the Red Sox play today? What's today? Am I tripping? They play like that's what I'm, bro. Are they playing twice in one day? It's crazy work. They just beat the Mets though. Okay, we're moving on up. I'm not gonna lie, we might squeak into the playoffs. We played what? We third. Ah, okay. Ah, but we could what about a Rollers? Oh yeah, trade deadline coming up. Okay, we play twice on Friday. Wait, I gotta check out Acuna, cause okay, we're still number one. We're behind we're above the Phillies. Boy, the Mets been going through it. Oh yeah, it is All-Star break, so they play Friday and Saturday. Okay. Ronald Acuna injury. What was the injury? Ronald Acuna is recovering from a grade 1 hamstring strain. Oh. Ooh, so it's reoccurring. I mean, I've messed up my hamstring before a lot, like during football running. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Reports were saying that they were going to trade their closer. And
What? Hold on. When is MLB trade deadline? They better not get rid of Chap. They better not get rid of old man Chap. August 3rd at 6 on Tom Brady's birthday.
they fired their manager, fired their entire coaching staff, lost their entire offense in the league, were dead last in runs. They were 14 games under 500 and had the worst record in the American League. This is also after they fired their manager, fired their entire coaching staff, lost their top pitcher to injury, lost their top position player to injury. Reports were saying that they were going to trade their closer. And they played the New York Yankees, and since that series, they have gone 14-2. They have the best record in baseball during that stretch and are now a half game out of a playoff spot. They swept the Yankees in 4 games, then lost 2 out of 3 in beef with the Nets, then went to LA, swept the Angels, went to Chicago, swept the White Sox, and we're heading to New York to play the Mets. So that's good news. The Mets suck ass. Bad news.
Oh, we beat the Mets.
They're about to get on the plane to New York City. Plane doesn't work. Broken plane. So they sat delayed in the plane for over 6 hours, realized they weren't going to be able to leave that night, deplaned, went back to the hotel, got to the hotel at 2 a.m., had another flight scheduled in the morning. There was a mechanical issue with the plane, so that flight did not leave until 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mind you, the game starts at 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. The pitcher, Sonny Gray, starting pitcher, he's on the plane too. He's like warming up in the cockpit, or not, probably not in the cockpit. Plane lands at 4:40. The Red Sox get to the stadium at 5 p.m. They're coming in. They have to delay the game 30 minutes. So you think, oh no, they're going to be sluggish. They're going to be tired. They get no sleep. They've been in the plane for 14 hours straight. Oh my gosh. First batter of the game hits a fly ball to right field.
Nice piece of hitting, but Soto dropped the ball.
Juan Soto makes an error.
Do you not know how much money? I don't know if y'all know this, but Juan Soto makes a lot of money. And he did win a World Series in 2019 and all, but Juan, I mean, this might be a casual take, but Juan Soto has not been producing. He has not been producing. Let's look at his contract real quick, because I know he's touching. Yeah, let's pocket watch a little bit. $765 million for 15 years. Let's pull out the calculator, okay? Let's pocket watch a little bit, okay? 765,000,000 divided by 15. That's $51 million a year for 15 years, okay? If Soto leaves the Mets, if the Mets can void out by adding $4 million a year to his salary for the final 10 years, raising it to $805 million. All salary is paid immediately. Oh, it tells you right here. So he's making that, bro. You can't make errors like that. I know you're
on the first play of the game. This error leads to 2 runs. Sonny Gray shuts him down 6 innings, allows 1 run. Red Sox win game 1. Saturday they do a bullpen game. Actually. Shut the Mets down for 9 innings. Win 4-0. On Sunday, they're going back. They go down 2-0 in the bottom of the 8th. They only have a 6% chance to win this game. According to Gabrielle Starr, the Red Sox were 0-43 when trailing after 8 innings. They're going in the 9th. Down 2-0. Runner on first, 1 out. Francisco Lindor gets a potential double play ball to end the game.
Ball that could end it, but Lindor boots it, and they'll get no outs.
He makes an error. Maybe they just trade them both now. I don't know. Either way, base loaded 1 out. Jarren Duran hits a pop-up. This was a 72-mile-per-hour exit velocity at an expected 170 batting average. Drops in for a hit. Ties the game. Red Sox end up winning in extras. 9th straight win. For the first time since 1977, the Red Sox go 9-0 on a road trip. Now they are 36-31 under their new manager, Chad Tracy. Playoff odds went from 8.4% to now being 40%. Kansas City Royals. The Royals have been crowned the worst team in baseball. Officially got
Over
swept
the
by the
Mets?
Royals and now have the worst record in baseball. They did have a fun thing happen though. Tyler Tolbert, this guy, 9-hole hitter on the worst team in MLB, spent 8 years in the minors, never once put up a season with an OPS over 755 in the minors. He's played in 70 major league games his entire life. He's facing the Phillies. This is only his 10th game he started the entire year. Starts a game against Jesus Luzardo, knocks a 74-mile-per-hour single off the bat. Luzardo can't field it. It's ruled a hit. Then rips a single off Jesus Luzardo. 2 hits against an all-star pitcher. They take him out of the game. 2 for 2. Next game, infield single off Christopher Sanchez. He hits this 63.3 miles per hour off another elite starter. That's 3 hits in a row. Hits an RBI double off Christopher Sanchez. Hits this one 86.7 miles per hour. That's his first double of the season. 4 hits in a row. Next at bat, hits his first home run of the season off Tanner Banks. All of a sudden, this guy's a trip away from the cycle. That's 5 hits in a row for him. Wow. Comes up again. Hits a ground ball to third. Hits it 50.6 miles per hour. They can't field it. Another infield single. Then comes up again, gets to face a position player, hits a 36.2 mile per hour fastball for another single. He goes 5 for 5 in this game. That's 7 hits in a row for him. He only had 7 hits going into this game. Plays a game and a half, has 7 hits. Literally matched his entire season total in hits in a game and a half. Then faces the Mets. First at bat, another homer off Kodai Senga. That's his 8th straight hit. Faces Senga again. Sneaks a single in front of the right fielder. That is 9 straight hits for this guy. Comes up again in the 5th. Hits a ground ball to third. Beats it out. That is 10 straight hits for this guy. Next inning comes up again. Hits it to third. Gets past Bo Bichette. This is ruled a hit. It's his 11th straight hit, and like 6 of them are infield singles. The record for consecutive at-bats with a hit is 12. This guy has 11. He is 1 hit away from tying the record for most consecutive at-bats with a hit. Comes up in the 7th.
The probability of me understanding this is 0.
You should AI that with Copilot.
Explain it to me like I'm 5.
Check swings at a pitch, accidentally hits this pitch fair, beats it out, has 12 straight hits, sets an MLB record. He's coming up again to break the fucking record. This guy pops up, loses the streak. His career batting average goes from 247 to 340 in 3 games. During this stretch, his batting average was 1,000. His expected batting average was 406. His average exit velocity was 83 miles per hour, and his hard hit percentage was 33%. He has 12 hits and 12 at-bats, and only hit 4 of them hard. And his average distance was 139 feet. Unbelievable for Tyler Tolbert. Orioles, they won 4 in a row, 2 games back of a wild card spot. Won 7 of their last 10. Fans snuck on the field on Wednesday. Did you see that? Pete Alonso's like, what the hell? And this chick's like, not a good field runner.
Non-committal.
Yeah. So we're going to the All-Star break. There's a lot of players not playing in the All-Star game. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has a back injury. He won't be playing. Aaron Judge was selected. He can't play. He's injured. Shohei Ohtani was selected. He will instead rest his knee. Cam Schlittler got selected, says he won't pitch. Nick Kurtz and Byron Buxton won't play due to injuries. Jacob Mizorowski got selected, will not pitch due to arm fatigue. Zach Wheeler got selected to the All-Star game, but refused to pitch. Says he feels disrespected by MLB and that he is pissed off, calling the selection process, quote, BS. But first, a word from today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by Brunt Work Pants, Boxers, Belts. Time our listeners are getting season last year, couldn't pitch in the playoffs. 6 players never threw another pitch after suffering this same injury. Strasburg was never the same after it. Also, Chris Carpenter is another example of a guy who was never the same after it. Zach Wheeler has come back from this. So far this year, since coming back, I believe he came back in May. He has a 2.13 ERA in 15 starts, 10.45 K per 9. He's 10-1 in the season, has a 4.8 B WAR, second most valuable pitcher in MLB by B WAR, while missing like the first month of the season, but initially was not selected for the All-Star game, which is in Philadelphia. So not only do you come back from dying, second best WAR in the league, and the game is at home, and you're not selected in the first round. So Zach Wheeler came out immediately and said, quote, "It pisses me off. It's BS." He was then invited on Friday by Major League Baseball as an injury replacement, but says, quote, "Not going to be the 5th option." Refuses to pitch. Struck out 14 batters on Tuesday. On Sunday, he strikes out 10 more in 6 shutout innings. He became the first pitcher to have 10+ wins, 10+ K per 9, and a sub 2.15 ERA and not be an all-star. So Zach Wheeler will not be there. Phillies playoff odds are up to 86.3%. Since firing Rob Thompson, they are 45-24. Had the worst record in baseball when they fired him. Since then, they have the best record in baseball. We're 10.5 games back of the Braves and now just 2 games back of the Braves. Shout out to the Nationals, who choked another bullpen series. So on Friday, the Nats go into the ninth, up 3-2 against the Yankees. Jazz Chisholm hits a go-ahead home run, so they blow the game on Friday. Blow a one-run lead in the ninth on Friday. On Saturday, Nats, first two batters of the game hit homers. They go into the eighth, winning 2-0. Bullpen allows 4. They blow that game. And then on Sunday, going into the eighth, winning 3-2. Bullpen allows 3 more runs. Bullpen blows 3 leads in a row in the 8th inning or later. They get swept by the Yankees. The MLB record for blown saves by one team in a season is 37. The Nats, already halfway through the year, have 27. The Nationals bullpen now has an 8.1 ERA in the 8th inning and beyond when playing at home. However, the offense still insanely good. There are 10 players with 20 home runs and 60-plus RBIs this season. 3 of them are on the Nationals. That is James Wood, C.J. Abrams, and Luis Garcia Jr. With the Tigers, so on May 31st, they had gotten swept by the White Sox. They had gotten 6-22 in May. Over 1/3 of their games in May resulted in a blown save. In 1 month, they blew 10 games. So they were 16 games below 500. Worst record in the AL. 9 games out of a playoff spot. Since then, 22-14, best record in the AL. Since June 1st, best ERA. Since June 1st, best starting staff ERA since June 1st. And most home runs in baseball since June 1st. And I think that's got to be the biggest shocker. Even with 12 players currently on the IL, they had won 9 of 10 games. They are now just 3.5 games back of a playoff spot. They also got this guy, Eduardo Valencia, catcher from Venezuela. He's been in the minors since 2018, spent 8 years in the minors, 1,583 at-bats in the minors without a single MLB appearance. Didn't make it to AAA until he was 25. Okay, but Dylan Dingler bruised his hands. So after 8 years in the minors, finally gets called up, makes his MLB debut, and after waiting 8 years in his very first at-bat in MLB,
Valencia in the air, straight away center, and out of here. What a night!
he hits a homer, and he gives a post-game speech, which was very emotional.
I was so excited.
We missed your favorite team, or you want to hear us.
I don't really care about all that. Man, so the season's really shaping up. I mean, as long as the Red Sox can really stay where they need to be, and no, not the Red Sox, the Braves can stay where they need to be. Let's not trade Aroldis Chapman. I love Aroldis Chapman. Let's not get rid of him. Excuse me. Let's continue to hoop. We come back. We're coming back soon. So yeah, we play Friday twice. Let's get it right, man. Love y'all boys, man. Shitty Boys, Dodge, Phillies on that song. Go Braves, go Red Sox.